morning, listeners. Through God's strength, guidance, and blessings, this is another live broadcast of Beyond Politics. We are broadcasting on AM 970 WSTX on the beautiful island of St. Croix. As you know, this show is geared to provide information, education, and a positive approach to topics and issues that are current in our community. We discuss with our listeners issues, ideas, and solutions to some of the problems we face. We address the concerns of the community in an open and respectful forum. Guests are invited to provide insight, knowledge, and wisdom in areas that they have experience, training, and education. As proud Virgin Islanders, we seek to uplift, support, guide, listen, follow, and lead all who are interested in a better Virgin Islands. Morning to the wonderful people of the United States Virgin Islands of America, an unincorporated territory of the United States of America. This is Ronald E. Russell, your host for another live edition of Beyond Politics. And let me say good morning to Carol Buck. Good morning, Carol.
Morning, Senator Russell.
And good morning to Hugh Clark.
Good morning, Senate President.
We are guest hosting the show today. We might have to speak a lot because I understand that the telephone lines are not working, but we have a lot to speak about too. And so hopefully before the show is over, we could get to the lines and we could have them working. So my apologies to those of you who like to call in and participate, and we enjoy your calls. As a matter of fact, we enjoy the dialogue. That's why this show has been running for such a long time. And it's been what I consider a very successful dialogue with the community over the years. And it has helped everybody to at least be able to express their opinions and how they feel and things about our community that's positive. So my apologies. I'm hopeful that we could get the line working before the show is over. But even if we don't get it working, we have two wonderful guest hosts here that will give you their views on several matters. The first matter I want to begin with is to dispel rumors that I trying to privatize the hospitals, merge them, and create a situation that's supportive of us moving the hospitals towards some type of privatization. And I need to clarify that for my doctors. I have a lot of doctor friends, supportive, and people who work in healthcare. And I want to give just a little brief overview of my view and vision of healthcare in the territory, okay? During the election, I had the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Ann Treasure, okay? And that interview to me explored, revealed, and confirmed in my mind that we have, first of all, excellent healthcare professionals here who really care and could match any healthcare professional any place in the world. And they understand all of the dynamics and the details of how a healthcare system should work. And it was from Dr. Treasure's interview that I came up with an idea that, you know, the Department of Health and our hospitals, when it discusses, deals with, or addresses healthcare, should be one system. And the regulatory part of the Department of Health should be separated and have its own sort of division but that the healthcare system from preventative care right down into long-term care should be one system so that people could have more confidence in a system that will give them the preventative care. When they need acute care, they have a great hospital to go to. And when people get in age and need long-term care or they're injured or disabled, we have a system for that. And if you put somebody in charge who understands that and could be responsible to the community, who the community trusts and who the community have confidence in, this healthcare system could be revamped and we could gain back the public trust and confidence in our healthcare. That's where it came from. A serious discussion with Dr. Antreja and this show during the election. And I researched and talked to other healthcare professionals and listened. And the idea is that we need to restructure our system to get back confidence. How do we restructure it? It is not in privatization. I do not believe in that. To me, that creates a class care system that we can't afford in this territory. You privatize it and then the rich get better care than the poor. Because privatization is about making money and not about focusing on health care. And I oppose that vision in a town meeting where I said that healthcare should not be in the business of focusing on making money. If there is a surplus, it goes back into making the healthcare system better. It goes back into giving those employees, from doctor right to nurse to maintenance person to cook, a bonus if after the year they have a surplus of money and you incentivize them by giving them the money that the healthcare system generates. So the idea that's out there about healthcare, let me say it first. The hospitals should work in conjunction with each other. They shouldn't be separate and distinct. The hospitals in St. Thomas, St. Croix, and in St. John should all have connective information, details, share what I consider the resources, and have expertise in one area so that you could send people for cancer to St. Thomas, for cardiac care, you send them to St. Croix. And you have a system that might even have a helicopter from St. John to carry people who might be sick over there. And you have a system, a helicopter of carrying people from St. Croix to St. Thomas and St. Thomas to St. Croix when they need the care. And it's what you call a composite or system that's set up to work together seamlessly. So you bring them together and you put a czar, one person like Dr. Antreja or even Dr. Centeno or even Darius Plaskett, who know and feel for the territory, who want to have health care at its highest level, or Dr. Griffith, any of them who understand that you begin health care with preventative care in the clinics, one in Christiansted, one in Frederickstead, one in Charlotte Amalie, maybe you want to put out one out in Tutu, and you have one in St. John. And the hospitals manage that by having doctors there, so when somebody is injured and they could get emergency care in the towns, and then you send them to the hospital once you stabilize them and have them under the care of a doctor. And the hospitals take care of all of that. Regulation is separate, and you do that in a Department of Health under the governor. You select your czar, the governor don't select the czar. You eliminate the board. You don't need a board. Healthcare don't need a board. The doctors, them good enough. You put in somebody there. You have a commission of healthcare professionals mixed with some business people and management people, and they select the czar. And the czar is not beholden to nobody in politics, governor or legislature. They're selected based on competence, management skills, and an understanding of the healthcare system. and people give in their resume, and they interview them, and you got this commission that will select the czar. And the czar then could select the people who go run the respective hospitals and the different islands. And you hold these managers and people responsible. And you pay them well because the healthcare system could generate money to pay them. So that is the concept. And for uncompensated care, you get the money through the insurance guarantee fund. Keep 5 million in it, and anything over goes to pay for the uncompensated care that the hospital don't complain about. People who don't have no insurance. The people in the jail who have to get care. People who, because of any circumstances, don't have enough money and the insurance don't cover it. You take money from the insurance industry and the insurance guarantee fund. And even if you want to increase the premium by 1 or 2% so that we could get better health care, people will pay it because they want better health care. And you have a system that's set up to pay for your unfunded liability in terms of unpaid care, and the hospital is run better. So please, all of you healthcare professionals, and please, all of the people who might be spreading the wrong rumor, no. That is the system I am talking about. And that system hopefully could come in a bill. We could discuss it. We could analyze it. And if the territory is ready for that type of change, I will support it. I will help write the law. We will meet with the healthcare professionals. We meet with anybody who wants to contribute. AARP, some of the agencies that have been promoting better health care. And we could have a health care system here that's paid for those who can't pay, and that's run from preventative care right down to long-term care that people could feel confident. Okay, let's move on. And include veterans too, don't worry. I got to cover you. Because the veterans have their way, but the veterans will then go to the hospital because they feel confident. And we want to make sure that the money stays here. And the point of setting up a system like that is so that people don't have to go off island anymore. They could feel confident, trustworthy, and most important, they could want to come to our hospital because of the care that's given. Not because of rumors, it don't happen this way, it don't happen that way. We want to make sure that we have that. Okay, very good. Now, let's move to the editorial. Okay, I got to say it that way.